strategy, the perfect product, the perfect technique to help me go from being bent to being straight. And they would come up to me throughout the day and say, oh, you know, I can help you be straight. I can, you know, have you tried this? Can you do that? And they'd say things like, oh, look at you here. Good for you. That's great. Or, oh, you look happy. Wow, good for you. And I knew they had good intentions. I knew they were loving. But I also knew that they saw me as not good enough, broken, something that needed to change. And you know what? It doesn't matter what they think. What matters? Am I aligned? So I would stand tall in my bentness and affirm in my mind, I am the divine plan in action, and I am loving and generous and tall and beautiful just like you are. Because I may look different on the outside, but baby, we are so the same on the inside. But there was this one tree. And he leaned in and he said, you know, I know this doctor and he cured all bent trees. You should look him up. Now, I know he had good intentions. I know he was trying to help. But I also know that he was looking at me as something that was wrong, something that was broken and needed to change. But you know what? It doesn't matter. What matters is, am I in alignment? And am I connected with my natural state of greatness? Because if I am, then I'm going to answer from there. I'm going to say something like, I'll look into it, thank you. Yeah, but that's not what I did. I was pissed off. I was getting annoyed. You know, I had spent all day fielding this, staying in alignment. Am I in alignment? Am I in my happy place? You know, it doesn't matter what they think. Doing all that stuff. And you know what? Enough. And you could tell because of the way I answered, because I went into defense. Well, you know what? We're all born the same, and we all are part of the divine plan, and I could hear the gibberish pouring out of my mouth. And he said, yeah, but what if you're wrong? What if you are supposed to be straight? Because if you were straight, you would be able to help more people. I could feel the desire to be straight rise up within me. And I watched as I went from being complete in alignment with my natural state of peace and calm to that of lack, not enough, not good enough. And one thought attached to another thought, and I felt my heart sink. What if he's right? What if I'm not good enough? What if I'm supposed to be straight? What if I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing? I hate this. I want to be straight. I wish I was straight. Because if I was straight, I wouldn't have to deal with this shit. I hate this. It's not fair. Everything happens to me. Bam. Just like that, right? One thought attached to another thought. I'm not this enough. I'm not that enough. I need to do this. I need to achieve this. I need to acquire that. So many times. So many times I have attached to the thoughts of lack. You know, and I watch as my mind just goes crazy, unchecked or verified. Creating truths where none existed. So many times I have attached to the thought of lack, moving away from my inner wisdom, my natural state of greatness, my natural state of peace and calm. So many times I have watched as one thought attaches to an army of thoughts, creating a war of judgment and comparison, leaving me feeling diminished and fearful. I will not. I will not resist my greatness in this moment. I will not. I will stand in my truth. I'll stay aligned with my true self, and I will live this moment from the state of greatness that I am. And so in that moment, I drew my awareness inward. I detached from my mind stream of thought, and I waited. And I waited until peace and calm embraced me, and then I answered from there. Thanks, I'll look into it. You see, I'm responsible for how I think, feel, react, and respond. And I can either think, feel, react, and respond from the place of greatness, that natural state of peace and calm, or I can think, feel, react, and respond from the unchecked, unverified thoughts of the mind. So I want to talk about awareness right now. And awareness, for me, is just another word that I use for greatness. Okay, so it's interchangeable to me. And as awareness, I get to observe the emotions rising. So there are emotions coming up, and as awareness, I can observe them, not go in there, feel them, act them out, but observe them. And I can also observe how my body feels. So as awareness, I can think, feel, react, and respond from that natural state of peace and calm. And emotionally, mentally, and physically, it feels like peace and calm. It's like I'm watching the show. As awareness, I can think, feel, react, and respond from the crazy mind and the limiting beliefs. And if I do that, it generally feels emotionally, mentally, physically like stress, frustration, anger, discomfort. I'm in the show. It's like I become this actor, I jump in the story, and I act it out, play it out like it's all real. Now, when I got pissed off, I was still awareness. But it's like I lost the ability to observe and instead jumped in and started playing out the role of the actor in the story. I was in the show. So as awareness, I can either watch the show or I can be in the show. I can either draw myself home or play out the drama of the mind. But either way, whatever choice I make, peace and calm are always available to me because our natural state of greatness is who we are. Does this make sense? You see, when we align with our natural state of greatness, we open ourselves up to new ideas, opportunities, and experiences. That's where we grow and expand and develop different aspects of ourselves. That's where synchronicity becomes an old friend. And you become like a tuning fork to the universe, where you become responsive to its callings and sensitive to its flow. And just when you think it can't get any better, it does. So I ask you, do you want to live life in this perpetual pursuit of trying to satisfy the illusion of lack? Or do you want to live life from the natural state of greatness that you are? So I invite you all to stand in your truth, stay aligned with your true selves, and live from that natural state of greatness that you are, because I believe that's what we are meant to do. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Good, good.